Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on Sunday, April 7th, man. Money making Sunday. We got plenty of action today. We got a huge NBA card, a huge Major League Baseball card. We got a nice NHL card. We got the Women's Championship. We got to talk about a lot that happened yesterday. It's a money making Sunday, man. I'm glad to be here with the guys. Let's see what's happening. Mitch, how you doing today, man? What's happening?
Hanging in there, coming off not my best day yesterday. I got roasted on that Alabama pick, as you guys all saw, and that happens, They were competitive, and they certainly had a chance. They got beat by a better team, and that happens. And I thought it was the right play. It wasn't, and that's sports betting for you. Come back and live another day. My baseball picks kind of all went the same way as well. I was the king of the one-run loss yesterday, so that also didn't help me either. But today is a whole new day. I just wanted to point out to other people that maybe I'll do this when we do the what are you selling today. I'll come back to that part.
Fair enough. Sean Murphy, what's happening?
What's up, Jay? Yeah, 3-1 yesterday. Pretty good day. Had Purdue in the Final Four. 2-0 MLB sweep. So it was, I'll take that on every Saturday. Missed in the NBA. Had the over in that Cavs-Lakers game. So that one started great. I think it was 69 points in the first quarter, and that just fizzled from there. So we'll look to build off that 3-1 day here with a busy Sunday.
Yes, sir. Ruffalo, what's happening, my man?
Hey, Jay, how's it going? Yeah, good day yesterday. Exciting card today. Now we got the national championship ahead for full MLB card today, and interesting NBA card too. So I'm ready to talk about it with you.
Yes, sir. Joe Vaughn, what's happening?
What's going on? For me, it all really boiled down to one game, and it was looking real promising until it wasn't. The Arizona Diamondbacks, I had them on the money line.
Oh man, I was with you, brother. Oh
yeah, so that was a make or break a game for me for the day. My college basketball, went 2-1. NBA, my only play lost on that. So basically, basketball broke even, and then baseball, that was the deciding game. So ended up being on the downside, but that it happens, and that's baseball for you.
Yes,
and those are the plays you have to make when you're betting baseball. If you want to make money long term. So
what was plus 185 on the Diamondbacks yesterday?
I got it. I believe I got it at 185 out of one place. Another place I might have got it for a little bit more.
Yeah. So
a bookie or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, you got to be there. You got to be there. I mean, 6-0. What was it? Up
6-6 nothing. 8-2, 8-3. No, 8-5, 8-6. Oh shit, 9-8. Oh man.
Low Slurpee intake.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, that was one of them ones, you up 6-0, you kind of already have circled as a win. Right. A couple group chats going crazy, like, yes. I'm like, yeah, man, that was good.
You can't do that in baseball. You should never circle up 6-0. You can never circle it up 6-0. I've seen it come back. Wait, we just seen the day before that the Arizona Diamondbacks bullpen implode. So,
you're right, Rod. What's happening though? How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I had a 4 and 5 day. I was with Mitch. I went outright and took Alabama. They definitely were competitive all the way in there, and just down the stretch, they just got beat by the better team. They definitely gave it all and tried their best to hang in there and win it, but UConn's just too much. I think Purdue's in trouble in that one. So I had a 4 and 5 day. Continue to crush my 10-star play of the day. It's been money. 14-2 the last 16 on it. So that's been the bright spot. Only minus 40 day. So losing $40 after betting Alabama to win outright. Hey, can't complain. And having Arizona as well. I can't complain about yesterday.
Yeah, I think we all kind of had the same day. I was 2 and 3 yesterday. I hit both my top plays. I had the Nuggets and I had the Rangers run line. Oh, wow. Shout out the Rangers run line for that one. That was a beauty. Bottom of the 8th. Ooh, it was a sweat, but they got it done. But yeah, that Diamondbacks was my make or break. I had the Blue Jays, thought they was going to come back and do something. They fell short. Who else I have? I had the Cubs too. Cubs had Yamamoto ass on the ropes early, and he got out of the gym. Happens. But we got a nice card today, fellas. We got a lot of ground to cover, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Let's talk about some Major League Baseball. And guess what game's first one up on the card? That Atlanta Braves, Arizona Diamondbacks game, man. They got the Braves minus 210 there. We got the Baltimore O's and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Baltimore about a minus 125. And we got the Phillies and the Nationals. Phillies minus 150. And we got the Blue Jays and the Yanks. They're all in time slots, so we'll do those 4. Blue Jays, Yanks, Phillies, Nationals, O's, Pirates, Diamondbacks, Braves. Mitch, lead us off today, my man. You're muted.
Sorry about that. When you look at these games today, I think, it's Sunday. It's get out town day for a lot of these teams. So we have to certainly take that into consideration as well. I think, when we look at this Braves-Diamondbacks game, once again, it's like I have little faith in this Diamondbacks bullpen on the road. I mean, I think that's where we are. It just, I think in this one, I think the Braves just absolutely hammer them. I think you lay the 3.5 runs in this thing and go for the real thing. You can't lay runs and odds in baseball. I see people do it all the time, and none of those people ever end up on the leaderboards at the end of the season because it's a stupid bet. We'll go through it with you, explain to you why it's a stupid bet. And I'm not just saying that because I'm in a bad mood because yesterday. I'm saying it because it's the truth. Because betting in general is always about value. So if you're laying runs and you're laying odds, you're asking a team to overcome a hurdle. And at the same time, there's no reward for that. The only reward is that if they lose, you lose a little less. So if you're making a bet based upon if a team's going to lose, then why are you making it in the first place, man? You always have to be aggressive and play to win, man. If you're laying runs and odds, you cannot win. I don't care who you are over time. You cannot win. And those people that have been laying the run line with the Braves in that first game with Strider, you laid runs and odds, you lost money. Tampa Bay Rays, you laid runs and odds, you lost money. I'm telling you, you cannot make money that way. Even if you would have laid the 2.5, you wouldn't have won that either. But at least you would have not lost as much money because now, you would have lost the same as losing the game outright. But at least you gave yourself a chance to make positive money on that as opposed to even money. I hope that makes sense to everybody. But it's just, I hate laying runs and odds. I think it's the lamest, most unprofessional thing that there is. And I think that it's just a joke. People that lay runs and odds are just, they're suckers for the books. Basically, you say you work for Vegas. You're working, when you lay runs and odds, you are working for Vegas, man. You are. What's the point of it? I could see it in a parlay. Because there at least you're getting a better payout on the result, as and you still need multiple things to happen. So you're getting a better payout on that result. But just on a straight bet, it's a horrible. I mean, it doesn't even make any sense. There's no way to make sense of it one way or another. So really, when you see big odds like this, never lay runs and odds, man. Never, ever, ever. And if your capper sells you a pick where they've laid runs and odds, email me and I'll refund you your money. I'll tell you that much. I will, because it's ridiculous, man. Anyways, go to I like the over in the Nationals-Phillies game. I like the Yurfee in that game. I like the over and home runs hit in the game. I don't know what it is, but if it's less than 7, I like the over. I think both these pitchers are going to get absolutely hammered. Mackenzie Gore gives up a ton of home runs, and Chris Sanchez is a joke. I would take the Nationals there as well, and the over. Anyways, that's it for me. I'm off my soapbox.
Sunday.
I just hate the runs and odds, man. I'm already seeing it, man. I'm already seeing it, and it's just so pathetic. Someone explained to me how it makes any sense at all in a straight bet, and I'm all ears, man. Because if you're telling me that you're lowering your risk on the downside, on the loss side, then why are you making the bet in the first place? If you think that if you think that you're going to lose it, there's a million other bets you can make out there, especially in today's betting world. First 5 innings, NRFI, you got the YRFI, home run props, player props, you got the game, you got the full game, you got first 3 innings, you got all right. Millions of different bets are out there, and then a whole card of games. There's no reason to bet it. There's none, except if you like giving the books money. That's the only reason to bet. Anyways, I'm done.
Ruffalo, first 4. What you like, my man?
Yeah, I like the Yankees here against the Blue Jays. Bowden Francis just doesn't look ready to be at the major league level, or at least as a starter. Looks like a guy that can maybe eat an inning for you out of the bullpen. But it's just based out of necessity right now, as Alek Manoah is still not ready to come in and try to be that 5th starter for the Blue Jays. Luis Gil, looks really good, and he looks like he could be a guy that could hold down a spot in the Yankees rotation once he comes back. He had a great spring. This is what the Yankees were hoping he would be before he had that bad injury in 2022. So I think he can hold down the Blue Jays here, who can't get away with trying to win games scoring 3 runs or less early on the season. They'll fix it. They'll fix the offense. The offense will be fine down the road. But for right now, until the Blue Jays show me that they can consistently put together offense, I'm going to keep rolling the other side, especially when the Yankees have the lineup that they do. So give me the Yankees there, and I'm on the over in that Phillies and Nationals game as well. Mackenzie Gore, career ERA just under 8 against the Phillies as a starter. I think Christopher Sanchez can give up a couple runs as well, and that Phillies bullpen's one of the worst in baseball as well. So give me the over in Phillies Nationals as well.
Sean Murphy.
Yeah, I was kind of looking for reasons to play the under in the D-backs Braves game, but now we've got that total down to 8.5. Last 2 nights we saw the high scoring games. It was on the over on Friday, laid off yesterday, but I don't know. 8.5 seems a little low in that one actually, because I think the Braves, like Mitch said, probably tee off here on Ryan Nelson. He's a back of the rotation starter. It's just the kind of guy the Braves are going to feast on. I think Chris Sale had a good spring. Looked all right in his first start of the regular season. I think he can likely hold off the D-backs bats a little bit here, but that 8.5 seems a little low. And then in the Yankees-Jays game, I'd consider the under there. Again, high-scoring game last night. I think today the bats settled down a little bit. Friday we saw the low-scoring game with the Jays winning. I think it gets back to going under the total there this afternoon in the Bronx.
Javon.
Yeah, I'm on the under in the Orioles Pirates game. Marco Gonzalez had a good start. Pitched 5, 1-run ball. Dean Kramer, we already know what he could do, and I just, I like the back end. Both pitching staffs, for what they can do in the bullpen. So, 8.5. I think this could, be one of those 4-3 games. First 2 games not the first. Yesterday was a 1-run game, but the other game was 5-2. So, I think it could stay under the total.
Hot Rod Zawacki.
And for me in this time slot, I like the over in that Baltimore-Pittsburgh game. I think we see some runs. Gonzalez, sure, he had a good start. But I think his second time out, I think Baltimore can get to him. And we've seen Dean Kramer. He gives a few too many walks for my liking. He gave out a couple home runs in his first start as well. So I think the Pirates offense can get to him. So none of these 2 starters I equate to getting a win. Take the over 8.5 in that one. and just keep fading the Blue Jays. Their offense is awful. They can't score enough runs, and if you can't score enough runs to win games, you're definitely not going to win games. I like the Yankees here in this one. Bowden Francis is not good. He gets roughed up by the Yankees in that one. Yankees. I'm going to take Yankees on the run line. I think they easily win by 2+.
I'm taking the Blue Jays money line. Them bats got going yesterday against that bullpen. And if they can get to the bullpen again today, they might be able to get it done. They was dead in the water yesterday, and they gave me a sliver of hope to come back. Thought they might have gotten there, but they didn't. Yanks, they just overvalued. I know we don't really know what to expect from the starter for the Blue Jays. I don't know. I think the Blue Jays bats might show up a little bit. I'm gonna take a shot there on Toronto. And I'm on the Diamondbacks again, bro. I done lost disgustingly back-to-back days. And Ryan Nelson is terrible. But I need that value, man. I gotta chase the value, bro. I gotta take the Diamondbacks money line. They get back to 500. The Braves, they're good. Don't get me wrong. The Braves are a really good team. We saw that, and it was evident in the comeback yesterday. But they've also a team that's been down deep into ball games 2 days in a row. So that Diamondbacks bullpen makes me nervous. It scares me every time they announce a new name coming up. But I'm going to take another shot with them there. Give me the Diamondbacks. Let's keep it rolling. Next 4. We got the New York Mets and the Reds. We got the A's and the Tigers. White Sox and the Royals. And the Guardians and the Twins. Rod, I'll start with you.
And for me, I'm going to ride with the Guardians here. You know, like Bailey Ober, his first start was awful. He gave up 8 runs in that game, and Cleveland's just been rolling right along. 6-2 on the road. Still yet to see home this season, and it hasn't bothered them once. They just continue to beat up on the Twins. The Twins are like the Jays. They're struggling to score runs, and when you're not scoring runs, definitely not winning ball games. So give me the Guardians in that one. And, well, it's not Blackburn on the mound for the A's, so fade them. Give me Detroit on the run line in this one. I think they whoop it up on the A's today.
There you go. Blackburn did get it done.
He did, yeah, he did.
He did get it done. Tigers, they went down. So, Vaughn, what you like, my man?
Yeah, I like what I've seen from Garrett Crochet. You know, don't like what I've seen from the bullpen from neither one of these teams, really, but specifically the White Sox. So I'll cut this one in half and take a fly on the White Sox first 5 innings. You know, take the bullpens out of it.
There you go. Sean Murphy.
Yeah, I'm with Jovan on this one, but I'd go White Sox full game here. I think the Royals laying 30-40 cents here with Alec Marsh. He was good in his first start, 7 innings, 1 earned run, but I don't know, 3 straight losses to the Royals. I think the White Sox wake up here in the series finale, and I don't mind the price there, grabbing plus 120 with the White Sox in that spot.
Group.
Yeah, I'm going to take the under in that White Sox and Royals game. We've seen, like a couple guys mentioned, Garrett Crochet's looked really good, 16 strikeouts through his first 2 starts. I didn't know he's going to be able to make the transition from reliever to starter so seamless, but I mean, he's done a good job with it. And the Royals this season have crushed righties, haven't been as effective against lefties, and I think Alec Marsh have a decent enough start. The White Sox, they've been able to keep games competitive, but they've also had issues with putting runs on the board for the better part of the season. So I like the under in that one, and yeah, I gotta take the Tigers run line here. Maybe even lay the 2.5. Joe Boyle's terrible, and Jack Flaherty looks to actually be solid for his new team, and I think the Tigers get to Boyle here. So give me the Tigers all day in that one.
Mitch.
I'm rolling with the A's here. I'm going reverse run line against Flaherty. I think they absolutely light him up. He is terrible. And I think Boyle, what we saw from him last outing wasn't a fair indication of his ability. What we saw was just a ton of errors by the A's in that game. And I'll tell you what, a young pitcher to come unraveled when his team is dropping fly balls in center field, it's certainly forgivable, at least in my book. And I think that what we see is more of the Boyle that we saw last year, who was pretty much unhittable. I think the Tigers are way overrated. I've said that every single day, and I'm going to continue to say it until they prove me wrong. They played a super light schedule. We saw yesterday they were absolutely handled by Blackburn. The announcers, some of the worst, boring. People think I'm old. I don't know if I'm old. I don't know how old these guys are, the announcers on TV. But man, they act like there's hope. It's like, sorry guys, man, there's no hope here. Just because a guy reaches base doesn't mean all of a sudden you guys are rallying. It means that a guy actually finally got on. And I think, what we saw was, what we'll probably see today is probably a lot more of the same, because I do believe Boyle has really grade A stuff, and the stuff that we saw last year from him. And, the stuff that we see this year is just hasn't been the same. There was 5 errors in that game that the A's played against the Red Sox. And I don't know, man. It's like it's very hard for a pitcher to keep composed when guys are reaching base, even when you're getting them out. It's like I've never pitched Major League Baseball, right? I admit it. I've pitched in bar league softball, and I can tell you, same thing, man. Guy reaches on an error or a bad call, very easy to come unraveled. And I think that's what happened there. But I think he gets it all together here. And I think we see the guy that we saw last year. And I think that he absolutely hammers the Tigers in this one. And I think we go reverse run line, like I said. I think on the next one, I also like Tristan McKenzie to come back from his poor outing last time out. And I think we see the Tristan McKenzie that we're used to seeing. I think what we've seen from a lot of these pitchers so far this season, and it's kind of what we see every season, is that some guys are just slow starters, and some guys, their first time out, you're not always going to see their best stuff. And when you see their numbers based upon just one outing, the numbers get magnified really, really big. When you see pitchers with gigantic ERAs to start the season, they start to come down over time. And I've said it a million times, I'll say it again. Max Fried had a 6.43 ERA the year the Braves won the World Series 2 years ago at the All-Star break, and he finished with an ERA below 3. And I think, you could see that. And we know Tristan McKenzie has high-end stuff and super high ceiling. He is a way better pitcher than the guy that got tagged in the first inning last time out. Look for the Guardians to simply have their way with the Twins in this thing. I also think I'm also big on Garrett Crochet. I'm not big on the White Sox bullpen either, though. And if I'm hopeful about one thing, it might be my White Sox. So I'm going to take the White Sox as well.
For sure. I'm on the Guardians with Tristan McKenzie as well. Y'all know me. I love fading the 50-50 Twins. Ober on the mound, and they still got the Twins minus 125 at home. The Guardians have been the better team thus far this season. The thing about baseball is, like, it's my argument. The NBA, I feel like they react to the lines and set them properly, or they try to. In baseball, they just could care 2 shits. This is what we think these teams are, and this is where we're going to set the line at. Is what they do in baseball. It really is. It really is. And that's the only way, in my opinion, you get to the Minnesota Twins as a minus 125 favorite over the Guardians today. That's the only way you get there. But then sometimes they do adjust, because you got the Tigers minus 195 over the A's with Joe Boyle on the mound. I hear what Mitch is talking about, but I also see that 23 ERA.
Yeah, but what you didn't see, if you're just looking at the numbers, is you're seeing balls hit directly into the center fielder's glove that hits off the top of the glove, rolls all the way to the freaking wall, and guys are running around the bases on him. Believe me, he's a young guy. These young pitchers are easily rattled, man. Easily rattled. And it's like, he has high-end stuff, man. He has super high-end stuff.
On the road, though, in Detroit.
Top of the rotation stuff.
Last inning, you went 2 innings, gave up 8 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them
Five
earned.
errors. 5 errors.
I see 8
There were
hits through 2
5
innings.
errors,
That's
man.
That's him. 8 hits through 2 innings is him.
Yeah, but to Mitch's point, if you're giving up 5 errors, it just means that you're giving guys more at bats and you're allowing them to get through the
you're
order.
just letting them come around the order on you, man. And it's like it's like I'm telling you, it's like you get to that third out, and it's like you think you're out of the inning with no damage done, and now all of a sudden, man, there's guys all over the place on you. And then once again, you still think you're out of the inning, and it's like, well, at least we limited the damage. And then they get more. And then you see, it's like, we're out of the inning again. Oh, this can't possibly happen again. The guy drops the ball, they throw the ball to the first baseman. It goes flying into the stands. I mean, this is not normal baseball. Maybe in Oakland it is, but I'm just telling you. What about the guy last year who threw smoke,
That's my argument.
Jack Flaherty's a joke, man. We know that. He's terrible.
If you're going to tell me that the A's can't still create them same errors behind Joe Boyle.
But if you're telling me that Jack Flaherty, if that makes Jack Flaherty a viable major league product, I think that's the other side of it here is that Jack Flaherty is ass, right? I mean, he's the Clippers, right? He's terrible,
But the A's are ass and their organization's ass.
They're got the same amount of wins as the Mets and the one less than the Twins.
They're ass.
More than half the teams out there.
They're naming all ass teams. You feel me?
Yeah, and the Tigers are ass too. I mean,
the Tigers finna run line the A's today. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'll bet you a hat on it.
Yo, let's do it. I could use
no problem, man. So I get the run line with the A's 1.5. No problem. Jack Flaherty all day, man. Believe me, because I've already bet it. I've already bet the reverse run line, so I don't care.
Let's do it.
We be cashing today.
You use me a Tigers hat. All right, we got the Mariners and the Brewers. We got the Cardinals and the worst team in baseball, the Marlins. Are they going 0-10? Probably. We got the Dodgers and the Cubs, and we have the Rockies and the Rays. I'm on the Cardinals. I'm just going to fade the Marlins until they show any signs of life. Everybody knows I hate the Cardinals. I don't think they're a good team, but the Marlins are even worse right now, and I'm not catching a falling knife. I'm not doing it. Can't do it. They got the Cubs favored over the Dodgers. I think that tells you everything you need to know. The Dodgers as a dog, I mean, technically it's even money. But give me the Cubbies. I've been on the Cubbies. I like the Cubbies. I'm rocking with the Cubbies. I'm taking a money line. And give me the Brew Crew. I kind of like this slide. And I like the Rockies. I really like this whole slide. Give me the Brewers, the Cardinals, the Cubs, and the Rockies.
So, Jay, are you saying because Tristan McKenzie gave up those 3 runs in the first inning that he sucks too now?
No, I mean, McKenzie.
He has a 10.8 ERA. Okay. All I see is that 10.8, man. It's all I see. 3.3 innings, 5 runs, 4 earned.
You're right.
I mean, it's basically the same thing. I mean, less the 5 errors. That's really all it is.
But I trust the Guardians more so around McKenzie, more so not trust the A's around Boyle. Like it's like ew. It's like bad on bad. At least with the Guardians, it's like decent on decent. You know what I mean? It's the A's we're talking about. Like, the A's.
Yeah, but it's look who the Tigers have played.
Fair. I'm not sitting here telling you I don't get why you're there. You know what I mean? I get why you're there. I just think you're gonna lose.
Well, you have fun laying your minus 178 with Jack Flaherty on the mound. That's how you become a millionaire fast.
I know.
We'll call it Jay's millionaire maker. Put it all on Flaherty, man.
I know.
Going to be a fun show tomorrow with Costi. Costi will be breaking us apart.
What you liking these for?
Got I'm kind of done with the Marlins, but I'm gonna have to go back on the horse. I'm going to go with the Pathy methodology here that losing 10 in a row is not an easy thing to do. They were terrible yesterday. I really thought that they had the chance yesterday to get it done. They didn't. But Kyle Gibson, once again, another guy that certainly can be had. You know, it's not like Kyle Gibson is a viable major league pitcher. He's a guy that once in his career, one time had an ERA below 5. And as soon as he got below 5 with that ERA, your team, your guys, traded him as soon as they possibly could. First taker, man. It was like, whatever we can get for this guy, time to ship him is now. And right away, when he went to the Phillies, ERA ballooned back over 5. And that's who he is. He's a 5+ ERA guy. So I think the Marlins do have a shot at him. I like the Brew Crew against the Mariners. The Brewers had chances yesterday against the Mariners. It was a Brewers type game, the Mariners type game. It was kind of like it was what it was. The Brewers had plenty of chances to get those runs across. They just couldn't do it. In fact, they had bases loaded late in the game with just 1 out and only got 1 run. And that was the difference in that game yesterday. So I think Colin Rea comes back and does it. Where do we go? We got Rockies too against the Rays.
Yes.
We got that one. Yeah,
Yes.
This is a tough one because you got Pepio, who you have to believe that, has got a high ceiling. You traded Tyler Glass now for this guy. So the Rays are usually really good evaluators of talent, but you're here in Colorado where the Rays have been struggling in this series, and Colorado generally very, very tough at home. Dakota Hudson, not one of my favorite guys, that's for sure. But oh man, the price almost makes you take the Rockies here once again. You got to just continue to roll with the value baseball, and that if you want to lay odds with Gavin Stone on the road or whatever, man, be my guest. Once again.
Are you on the Cubbies? That's what we're all here just to know if you're taking the Cubs.
I can't. I'm gonna roof low the game.
No,
because I think it's an over. I think Gavin Stone's a punchline, right? We know that. I think that Dodgers pitching got away with basically they got away with it in that first series against the Cardinals. Paxton, he got absolutely rocked, right? And gave up no runs. He walked 5 batters, gave 7 hits and no runs in that thing. And then you had, this guy, same thing, man. He got hit extremely hard. 7 hits, 3 runs, and, still got the win. They still got the win in the game. So, he didn't take the loss in that thing. He's probably going to get hit again. But then again, you got this, pitcher for the Cubs that I trust these guys about absolutely zero, man. These imported guys, trust him zero. He gave up 2 hits against the Rockies at home. The Rockies, terrible road team. They're better places to be. I'll take the over in this thing. I'll take the over. If anything, I would probably take the Dodgers. I really don't like taking either of those teams. Still mad about yesterday. Trying to get it out of my system.
Jay, you're muted if you're talking. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cardinals here. That fish is hanging upside down. It's been harpooned. It's bad for the Marlins right now. It's one of those things that you just can't explain because they have a decent lineup. They have a solid pitching rotation. They got knock. They've got Max Meyer coming back from injury, but it just hasn't worked out. And St. Louis, they're a 500 team right now, but this is a team that struggled last year. They pretty much ran it back with almost the same lineup, and it's still a lineup with all-star level players like Arenado and Goldschmidt, Tommy Edman. This is still a solid Cardinals lineup, and I think we're still getting reasonable price at these kinds of lines, fading a winless team. So I know they're not going to lose forever, but today I think that they'll take another one. Give me the Cardinals, and give me the Cubs. Yeah, Gavin Stone's a joke. as a starter, he's been absolutely terrible. Did have a nice start this season, I think. I think his first start was probably one of the best of his career. But last year, this guy got torched every time he started a game. I think he had a 13.50 ERA in 4 starts. So give me the Cubs there at the near coin flip price, or excuse me, at the near even money price, pardon me.
John.
Yeah, I agree with Cubs here. Gavin Stone, he's made five major league starts. None of them have been good. Even that first start this year, 7 hits over 5 innings, 3 runs. There's nothing special about that. The Dodgers pulled it out 5-4 in that comeback win, but I'd be interested in fading him here today as the Cubs look to grab a set 2 out of 3 against the Dodgers. Yeah, I want to fade Kyle Gibson here too. Marlins are awful, of course. But Kyle Gibson, his first start, he had 7 innings, pitched pretty well. But this is the kind of pitcher that I'm looking to fade when he comes off an outing like that. So he'll go here today against Max Meyer. Again, price here on the Marlins, not maybe as high as I'd probably like it, but I think still maybe worth a shot. Maybe even go with the reverse run line in that one with the Fish to finally get their first win here today before they head on. Where are they going next? They're going heading to the Bronx to face the Yanks for 3. So this is a big game for the Marlins to try and dig themselves out of that hole. Before that, another tough road series. So I'll go Fish here.
Cardinals money line today. Knock, knock, Jesus Luzardo tomorrow. That's going down. Nah, I'm just playing. We'll see. The Marlins, they just so ass, Sean. I
know. I've played them. I've been on them once this year. I had them win Luzardo's last start and in his first start or second start of the season. Yeah, it's been a rough ride. I jumped off them after that and haven't got back. But again, in this situation, I think it's just more you're looking to fade Kyle Gibson off a good start. That's all I'm looking to do here.
Fair enough. I get it. Jovan, talk to me, my man.
Yeah, I agree with the Cubs. Imanaga, he did look good in his first start. So I'll take a fly on him again, against Gavin Stone. And I'm gonna roll with the Mariners. I'm not buying what Colin Ray is selling. It's as simple as that. He had a decent start. I don't think he's I think there'll be some regression in start number 2 with him. He could be had. So I'm on the Mariners.
All right.
And for me in this time slot, I like the Rays to beat up on the Rockies here today. I'm going to take on the minus the 2.5. I know both bullpens are awful, but I think this is the spot that the Rockies just have a complete implosion day and they lose by like 4 or 5 runs. I like the over 11.5 as well. Both bullpens have been awful. And I just don't see the Rockies coming crushing another grand slam to walk off another win. Tampa Bay came back yesterday, and I think that's what happens here. They can take that momentum and just continue to ride it. The Rays minus the 2.5. I think they win by 4, 5. Beat down in Colorado in that one. And I agree. Got to take the Cubs here.
Cubbies.
You look at the Cubs, and sure, their start had a good start. He pitched great, 9 Ks, 2 hits. It's only 1 start, so let's see what he does in the second start, right? You can't throw all your eggs in one basket. It's like, yeah, he did a good one start. Can he do it again? I think he does do it again. And you got to go with the Cubs in that one to win the series 2-1 there. And the last one there, I agree with Jovan and fading Colin Rea. Oof. I like Seattle in the first 5 in that one. I think they get out to a lead, and I don't know about the bullpen holding it down. Give me the Mariners first 5 over the Brewers in that one today.
We got the Padres and the Giants, the Red Sox and the Angels, and the Astros and the Rangers. Look, I've switched my approach with the Rangers. Look, you're gonna make a lot of money just betting Rangers money line this season. You're gonna make a lot of money just based off of them undervaluing us. We're the World Series champ, and we've been, I want to say, no more than minus 140 this season. It don't even make sense. But you'll have everybody in the comments telling me they love the Braves at minus 250 and, the Dodgers and all that. But here we are, the team that just won the championship, just undervalued every day. So I switched my approach. Instead of going money line, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to beat the books over the head on the run line is what I'm going to do. You're going to continue to give me plus 175, plus 180 every day with the best offense in baseball, especially at home. That's not even a stretch. Go look at the numbers last year. That's the truth. The Astros, they're ass. They've shown nothing to start this season to suggest that this price should even be where it's at. I'm well aware that Blanco came out and threw a no-hitter last game, but if you just go back and look at the history of last year, the year before, whenever a guy threw a no-hitter, if you just faded his ass the next game, you were in really good shape. Rangers finna crank his ass today. Give me the run line. They're going to give me plus 180 again. Sign me up. And then I kind of lean towards the Angels. I don't know. They might not be as bad as what everybody think. They might not be. They may not be. I'm going to lean towards them in that one. Mitch.
Yeah, this Astros-Rangers is a weird series, right? Because it carries over to Monday. You don't see that all that often with the 4-game series going to Monday, but that's what we have in this. Is it a 5-game series or is it 4 games that go on Monday?
It's
one
4.
or the other.
It's 4. And then what's crazy is I think we play them next weekend in Houston.
Yeah, it just seems like they play. I've seen this with the Astros and the Rangers before. They've done this. It's just odd, but it happened, and we're fine with it. I'm not mad at it. We got Heaney going tomorrow.
Heaney dog.
Heaney versus Framber. It's the big one. We are getting towards which, with Heaney going tomorrow, it just means that, they're getting a little bit further down in the rotation. We saw John Gray get hit a little bit yesterday, but the Astros have just shown that it's really the bats that have kind of died. And it's like guys coming off of a no-hitter is always a great fade. It's like there's nowhere to go. He's not going to throw back-to-back no-hitters. He's going to basically, just like, I said that, the A's, that he was going to, that Joe Boyle was going to return to Joe Boyle form. Tristan McKenzie's going to return to Tristan McKenzie form. Jack Flaherty's going to be Jack Flaherty. Sean even agreed that Kyle Gibson's going to be Kyle Gibson. And I think the same thing here. I think Ronel Blanco is going to be Ronel Blanco, and I think the Rangers are going to hit him extremely hard. And I expect to see a lot more home runs once again. Garcia, Seager, all those home run props are live for today. I think the Giants, after yesterday, I don't even understand what they were trying to do out there, but it just looked like they didn't want to be there in that game against the Padres. They couldn't string hits together in that. It wasn't even like they didn't even threaten. They gave up a grand slam in the first inning, and that was the entire game. It was 4-0. Nothing else happened in the game. It's like nothing happened. It was like Seinfeld, It's like it was the game about nothing, man. Nothing happened. It's like, well, something must happen. Nothing happened. And then the Angels and the Red Sox, once again, nothing happened in that one either, man. I think the Red Sox, starting on the road like they did, being the home opener opponent 3 times to start the season, no small feat. The Blue Jays did the same thing. And I think that they're coming out of it pretty well, regardless of what happens here. They're going to come back home with a winning record, something nobody really expects much from this team this year. But Tanner Houck is just not a viable option. Chase Silseth, seashells by the seashore, whatever they say. I'm gonna take the over in that one.
Roof.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the let's see here. I'm gonna take the Giants laying the half. What's that? Sorry. I was like losing my mind for a sec. I'm gonna take the Giants laying the half a run in the first 5 against the Padres. Logan Webb's just been a better starter over the course of his career at home. The problem is San Francisco is one of the worst bullpens in baseball. And Webb already faced the Padres this season. He pitched well, but it was, again, the bullpen that just let him down. And I think that take care of business in the first 5, but once the bullpen for the Giants steps in, all bets are off at that point. So I'd rather just roll with them in the first 5. And I'm also going to take the Red Sox. continue to win as the road favorite. Off to a strong start. I'm still not buying into the Los Angeles Angels. I've faded Chase Silseth more often than not, and I've ended up pretty well with it. And Tanner Houck's a decent starter in that rotation, so give me the Red Sox there.
Sean Murphy.
Yeah, I don't know how many more chances we'll get to fade Matt Waldron for the Padres. He's one of the last knuckleballers around, and I just don't think he's very good. So I think whatever you want to do in that game, I think you want to look to fade Waldron here with the Pods. And like you guys talked about the Rangers, I don't know, these home teams on Sunday Night Baseball, I still feel like it means something. I don't know, over the years I've made plenty of money backing the home teams on Sunday Night Baseball. And this is a bit of a weird one with, like Mitch said, with that Monday series finale. I think the Astros probably have a better shot tomorrow in that matchup, but I'm always looking to fade a pitcher off a no-hitter, especially when it's a pitcher like kind of a middle of the road guy like Blanco here. That's a pretty easy choice for me to look at the Rangers money line or run line in this spot. So we'll go Texas.
Okay, Sean, turn me up. Javon, are you turning me up too, man? What's up? Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm on the Rangers. I said it yesterday.
You did.
Until the Astros get it fixed in their lineup, and you gotta fade them. It's as simple as that. They're not putting up any runs. You know what I mean? And they're giving up runs. Their bullpen's looking trash. Can Blanco do it again? I don't think so. And that's what you do when the guy pitches a no hitter, you fade him the next game. Not much to think about. So I'm on the Rangers.
Zawacki, lead us home. You're muted.
Sorry, what? Muted myself over there. You got to go with the Rangers here. Until Houston does something. It's just like, you gonna do something? Anything? So far, nothing. I think Houston is gonna have a rough season. I just don't see them turning around. They need some pieces.
I'd be the happiest man on the planet.
It's you can see it already. They're short a couple guys. You're missing some pieces. It's that offense isn't rolling. Pitching isn't good.
I think that's the big part too. Dusty is gone. He's not there no more. I don't even know who that manager is, but he ain't got no good grip on that team. Right?
He's got nothing. Yeah, it's not looking good there for Houston so far to start the season. So definitely got to ride Texas in the Sunday nighter. And I like the over fade Matt Waldron for sure, but Logan Webb definitely can give up some runs as well. So that opened at 8 down to 7.5. I like that over 7.5 there. I think Waldron can give up 4 or 5 before they pull him, and then the bullpens can give up a couple as well. So take the over between the Padres and Giants, and give me Boston. I'm still not sold that the Angels are going to be good. They just always seem to be. They win some games, they have some little streaks, and then they just usually lay an egg. So this looks like a lay an egg game. Give me Boston big.
For sure. That concludes baseball. Let's talk some basketball. But we're not quite going to the NBA yet. We're going to go to the championship game today, man. Hey, the women's college hoops national championship goes off today. We got South Carolina undefeated, 37-0. Laying 6.5 on Caitlin Clark and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Hey, Caitlin got it done last year, beat these girls, dropped 41 in the process. South Carolina's really, really, really good. I told you guys in the Final Four to lay the double digits. Don't overcomplicate it. They're going to smash NC State. South Carolina's really good. But y'all know me, man. I'm about legacy. I love greatness. And I think this one's already written in, man. I think she does it again. Taking South Carolina. I'm taking Iowa. I don't want the points. I'm going money line. I got to go out with Caitlin. She done led me here. I'm up pretty big betting Caitlin this tournament. I got to roll with her again here. Give me Iowa money line. I'm rolling with Caitlin. Legacy game, legacy season. We'll see. It's gonna be a hell of a game. 2:00 start time. Anybody else got anything for this game?
Nothing for me.
Yeah, I'll take Iowa plus the 6.5. I don't know if I'll go as bold as money line, but Iowa they just don't have back-to-back bad shooting games with them. I think they shot like 28% from 3 in that game against UConn, and that's I think still we're gonna see probably a Caitlin Clark legacy game here. If it wouldn't surprise me if they won outright, but I think it's a competitive game for the national title.
I like the under. I think it's just too many points. I think we sneak under the one. Was it 161? Yeah, I like the under. I think it's just too many.
Yeah, I think I'm on the other side. Revenge tour for South Carolina. They're the ones who got knocked out by Caitlin Clark and company last year. I think they get it done and complete the undefeated season.
That's legacy season 2. It's legacy season 2. So
Dawn Staley, she's a hell of a coach.
She is.
She has her players locked in. They go on the run, and that's it. So take it for what it's worth. There's a reason why this line's at 6.5. And the under, should be able to cash also. I don't touch women's college basketball or WNBA for that matter. But on the times that I have, it's usually been successful. And if I'm up, then I might put a chunk on it.
There you go. From Jovan. Let's talk some NBA now, man.
What time is that game?
2:00. 2
God.
Central. So,
I won't know anything. So I won't have any.
3 Eastern.
Sorry, I won't have any money on it. I'll be wrapped into baseball. Sorry.
Yeah, so we shall see. 3 Eastern. NBA, man, we got a huge card. We ain't had a card this big in quite some time. Let's hop right into it. We got the Houston Rockets in town visiting my Mavs. My sister trying to get me to pull a doubleheader today. She want me to go to the Mavs game, then to the Rangers game. Oh no, might do it.
Might. Yeah, okay. You're doing both. There's no might.
Yeah,
there is no try. There is only do.
Only do. Yeah, I agree. When you say maybe, yeah, usually that maybe definitely is.
I've done Vegas with Jay. There's no. I
might do it.
I might take a picture with one of those walking showgirls on Las Vegas Boulevard. I might.
We got the Cavs and the Clippers. Clippers laying 3.5, and we got the Heat and the Pacers. Pacers laying 1.5. Mitch, NBA, start us off.
Yeah, as bad as the Cavs have been, fuck the Clippers, man. I'm just kind of over them. Taking the Cavs in this thing. Heat all day and twice on Sunday. Basically, playoff Heat, just a different animal than the rest of the season. I think when we look at the recent numbers of these two teams, most people know I've been going through this with you guys about every day at this point. Is that I really look at the last 5 games that these teams have played. A lot of these NBA teams, because I think a lot of these season statistics, everything kind of gets massaged in. So when I look at the recent, and I'm trying to bring them up on my screen here, let's see where I got them on this one. Let me see. Here it is. All right. So we'll look at, because this game was one of them that it kind of jumped off the page at me, to be honest with you. When you look at the way that the form is coming in, the Heat have really started to crank it up coming into this final. We know they blew the lead against Philly, but outside of that, man, they have been straight money. And when you look at these last 5 games, the Heat are allowing 10 points less per game, and they're actually scoring 3 more points per game than the Pacers. The Heat have been shooting at 40.6% from beyond the arc, while the Pacers are just at 34%. And they're shooting, a full 2% better from the free throw line over the last 5 games. Defensively, 10 points better to the Heat, 5% shooting percentage better, 3% better from beyond the perimeter. This one's all Heat. I mean, there's no other way to go here. It's easy money line, whatever you want to do, reverse it out. Heat by 5 to 7, no problem for me in that one. As far as the Mavericks, same thing, man. They saved their best for last. This team's just been on an outright heater. You don't want to step in the way of them. I like what the Rockets have done over the body of work and coming back from a team that's been a lottery team. But I think this year falling just a little bit short. And I don't think they lose anything by that. The reality of it is if they're in the Eastern Conference, they're in, right? But it's like they're not. And so they're not. And it's a spot where the Kings sat for many years. But I still think I like the Rockets prospects a lot better than I like the Kings there, because you don't want to end up with like the Kings. I mean, that's for sure. Because the Kings basically nowhere. And I'll say it once again for those that missed it the first time. Fuck the Clippers.
Ruffalo.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Heat. I'm gonna take them. One of the markets I kind of dabbled in is win margin. So I'm seeing the Heat to win by 1 to 10 points at plus 200. I think that's a good way to go. I think it's single-digit victory for the Heat, but I do like the Heat there. And I'm taking the Clippers. That's a back-to-back, and it's one of those rare instances where it's a back-to-back. It's a back-to-back without travel, but they're 12-5 against the spread when they have a rest advantage this season. One of the best teams in the NBA. I know it's a back-to-back without travel, but the Cavs have been backpedaling into the playoffs. They're not playing well right now, and the Clippers are. I mean, they're winning. They're winning game. I think they won 5 of 6. Found ways to cover those. The line's short. The Clippers.
Chris, I just want to quick reminder here. Any positive stats, momentum, flow, anything that the Clippers show you in that direction will just end up in a more Clipper-like result in the end.
It's more of a fade of the Cavs more than anything right now.
We're looking for a better world.
And we'll get it. We'll get it fairly quick.
A world with no Clippers.
Sean.
Yeah, easy call for me here. I was on that over yesterday in the Cleveland game. It didn't get there. I'll go over again today. We're looking at a total 10 points lower. Cavs defense has been awful lately. On this trip in particular, it's just been terrible every game. Even yesterday, the Lakers shot 56% on them yesterday. Clippers are giving up a ton of opportunities. They're just kind of inexperienced. Their opponents have not been shooting well, but I think the Cavs shoot well here. I think this game goes way over that total. And another one in this group here, Miami, Indiana. I kind of like the under in that game. Mitch was talking about how the Heat have kind of shifted into playoff mode here. They're on a long over streak actually coming into this game. Five in a row have gone over the total. I think this one goes under. I think we see that playoff type atmosphere that people always talk about this time of year. I think it's a tight game. I think it goes under the total.
Jovan.
Yeah, I've seen enough out of the Cavs. They won't be getting any more of my money. I'm on the Clippers. Last 3 games from the Cavs facing above 500 teams, all blowouts. So that's all I need to know. I'm on the Clippers.
Right.
And for me in the size line, I'm going to take the Cavs plus the points. Just fading the Clippers. No Clippers for this guy. Forget it. They're 18 and 19 ATS at home this season. Sure, they may win, but they'll definitely have no problem keeping the Cavs around and maybe winning the game by 1 or losing it outright, as they're 1-4 straight up as a home favorite. The last 5, not for me. Give me the Cavs plus points there, and I like the Heat as well. Heat need this win, and Heat are on the road. Definitely not playing the Heat at home. Heat on the road. Take the Heat on the money line in that one, and lay it with Dallas. Dallas wins by double digits over Houston. Houston's checked out, even if Doncic doesn't play.
I think Doncic does play. I think the Mavs kick the crap out of the Rockets. You know, the Rockets, they really have nothing left to play for. Their season ended the other day against the Golden State Warriors. You know, they went on that run playing really well. We're the hottest team in basketball, but we talked about it then. They weren't playing anybody. The minute they started playing teams, they played 4 playoff teams in a row. They lost all 4. It's going to be their 5th straight. Mavs should kick the crap out of them. I need to know what's up with Halliburton in that Heat game. He's a game time decision with back soreness. If he plays, I'm on the Pacers. If he doesn't play, I'm leaving the game alone. I'm not necessarily in a rush to fade Miami. The calendar is April, June, July. We know what time it is with the Heat, but I think the Pacers want this one. I think they're actually motivated to go get it. So I want to see what's up there. That Cavs-Clippers game, fuck the Clippers, respectfully. But in all honesty, Mitch, don't be mad at me for these words that are about to come out of my mouth. I lean towards the Clippers.
Oh my God! Oh, don't do it! Don't do it! Oh my God! Oh my God!
I know.
Oh,
That is why.
what the hell?
I know, man. The Cavs are ass, though.
And the Clippers, that makes the Clippers good. That makes the Clippers good.
Listen. Follow me. Let's walk the path.
Let's walk the path, man.
5th straight road game on a back end of a back-to-back. Terrible spot for Cleveland,
which makes it all that much more favorable spot for them, because these are all things which make the Clippers case all that more convincing.
It's
the
a
more convincing case that you make for the Clippers, the worse it is for them. We know that. This is the Clippers.
We do know that.
The more substantial of a case, the better case you have for them, the worse it is. This is this organization from start to finish. These are the guys that brought you Benoit Benjamin. I know you might be a little young for that, but Jovan knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm not gonna bet it because it is fuck the Clippers. But y'all know me. I love my spots. I love my situation.
Jovan's like, how dare he drag Benoit Benjamin to this?
Right. Dug his career out of the grave.
He is. Oh man.
I know, fellas. I know that's not what you thought you were going to hear this morning. But the Cavs, like Jovan said, they can't get no more money or my money right now. They just can't. We got the Blazers and the Celtics. Celtics laying 16.5. Thunder Buddies laying 9.5 on the Hornets. Orlando Magic laying 7.5 on the Bulls. And Raptors laying 4.5 on the Wizards. It's a nice little slide. Look, give me the Celtics. Unless you have a clear and concise reason to fade them, don't do so. The Blazers, they're ass. It's a bad spot for the Blazers as well. 6th straight road game. They're coming off of 2 straight wins. Creates more value on the other side. They beat Charlotte and Washington, though. So, these 2 teams played once this season, back in March in Portland. Boston aired them out 121-99. Tatum and Brown are game time decision, but it's Celtics or nothing there. Thunder, no Jalen Williams, no Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Still, they should smash Charlotte. A nice get-right spot for Oklahoma City. Lost 3 straight games. This is the spot where they kick the crap out of a team they're head and shoulders better than. Even banged up, I think they beat up on Charlotte there. The Magic, best ATS team in the NBA, best home favorite in the NBA. We know what's up with the Bulls. We done figured them out. I figured out the Bulls. They're not that hard to figure out. They played the Pacers. We took them. We played the Nets. We took the Nets. They played the T-Wolves. We took Chicago money line. They played the Hawks. We took the Hawks money line. We took the Bulls yesterday or 2 days ago. Fading their ass today. They're not a hard team to figure out. Nice bounce back spot at home, at the crib for the Magic coming off an ugly loss. A lot of people are going to look at it and say, the Magic just lost to the Hornets. It was on the road. That's not their spot. At home, at the crib, bro, when they play a team that they're supposed to beat, they always do it. Or it seems like it. 17-6 as a home favorite this season are the Orlando Magic. covering at a 74% clip in this spot. They're going to kick the crap out of Chicago. And oh my God, that Wizards-Raptors game is disgusting. It's atrocious. But the Wizards coming off the significant homestand, I got to fade them. Do I really want to lay points with the Raptors? No, not really. But they got the whole country behind them today. I'm leaning Toronto. Mitch.
They do?
They do.
I'm gonna say even so the country's not even gonna tune in.
I was gonna say not in this.
They're all gonna be at the Jays game or even in New York watching the Jays game, or they're gonna be there for the Leafs game tonight or something. I don't know. There isn't even a Leafs game tonight. I don't know where they're gonna be.
So it's Magic Bulls. It's Magic Bulls, Raptors game. Which are the other ones?
I did 4. My bad. I did.
All right. Because I'm confused.
Blazers-Celtics, Thunder-Hornets.
All right.
Bulls, Magic.
I got it. It was like I didn't know there was the 4th. Yeah, I definitely like the Blazers for sure, man. This is way too many points, and of course,
you love
of course, I just love fading the Celtics. With nothing to play for, though, that's when they're usually most dangerous. And the least meaningful games is when the Celtics are at their best. And the meaningful games is when they usually fall flat on their face. Yeah, Jason Tatum will be doing this, all this stuff. Exalting the crowd on. So it's definitely a dangerous spot, but I just can't help myself but take the other team. I'm going to roll with the Blazers in that one. I like the Magic as well. I'm with Jay there. I'm kind of on the Hornets here against the Thunder buddies. I think Thunder might win, but I don't like the number here all that much. The books have really put the squeeze on the Thunder recently. So it's been tough. It might be the time to get off of it, but it just seems too easy to get off of it.
I think it might be time to get back on, Mitch.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I think it's like, I think it almost looks like, because the Hornets, it almost just seems like it's, I'm just going to take the Hornets for the hell of it. I'm not betting that one. And Wizards Raptors, yeah, I don't think so. Game was canceled. What's the get-in price for that thing?
Probably cheaper than a beer.
It's got to be.
By far, it's cheaper than a beer.
They're probably charging at least $1 per win that they have at home this season. So it's probably going to be at least $13 for a beer, $1 for every $1, or $1 for every home win.
That's crazy. You taking them today?
Who, the Raptors?
Yeah.
Are you crazy?
Come on, man. It's the Wizards. They're ass.
Okay. So you can probably charge, you can probably charge $2 for every time I've taken the Raptors for this season. I mean, this team, you beat the Bucks, great. So have the Wizards and the Grizzlies in the last 10 days.
True.
That says more about the Bucks. That says more about the Bucks than it does the Raptors.
That's a great point.
So, yeah, if anything, I would take the Wizards in that one, because we've seen them at least cover point spreads on the road. Granted, a lot of it's been because they get inflated numbers, but I think 4.5 is an inflated number here. So, if anything, I'd be taking the Wizards here, but I'm not touching that thing. I'm going to take the under in that Portland-Boston game and the Portland team total under. My clear and concise reason for not taking the Celtics is that Tatum and Brown are questionable, and I don't want to take a chance laying 16 points in the event that neither one of those guys plays, because I just got burned with them against the Kings. I think we're starting to see that the Celtics prepare for postseason basketball if those guys are rested. So I'd rather take the under and fade Portland single-handedly, if anything else, in that one. And I want to lean OKC, but Shea flew back to Oklahoma City, so he misses the last 2 games of this road trip. Yeah, I'll stick with just fading Portland, I think, in this time slot, and lean towards the Wizards, if anything.
Sean, talk to me.
Yeah, Jay, you said it. The Bulls are easy to figure out here. They've lost 9 in a row off an ATS win. They're 0-9 ATS in their last 9. So the last time they strung together consecutive point spread victories was February 14th and February 16th.
Thank you.
They're easy to figure out.
Thank you. I needed the exact stat. I knew I was trying to say, but I didn't have the exact stat. Thank you.
0-9 the last almost 2 months. So then we got, you got the Magic coming off that loss in Charlotte. I think, like you said, everyone's going to jump off the Magic here, but they're just one game removed from a big win in New Orleans. I think they're still playing well. Whatever, they look past the Hornets, they'll get back on track here. They should crush the Bulls, I think. And the other game is that Raptors game. I'll go under in that one, 232.5. It's up to now. Fade that Raptors offense. They scored 117 last time out against Milwaukee, but they only got 79 shots off in that game. Like, this is a bad offensive team. I don't see it here. I think that the Wizards will get theirs, but it's not going to be a pretty game. I just think that total is too high. You're counting on some sort of ultra competitive game there, and I just don't see it. So I'll go under that total in that one.
There you go, Sean Murphy. Jovan, talk to me.
Yeah, I want to play the Bulls. It's just one of those things where they've been competitive against the Magic in the last several games, including the overtime game where they only lost by 6. Now, the thing about it is the Magic have covered all of those games, but the point, the margin of victory for Orlando has been within the number of this particular number. So you're getting, a discrepancy in the line of the last several games in this game. So I'd like to back the Chicago Bulls in that situation. And I'll take the under in that game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Both teams are playing for something. The Bulls are playing to solidify that 9th seed, and Orlando's still jockeying for position in seeding. So, I expect a nice low-scoring game, defensive oriented.
Hot Rod Zowacki.
I agree. I think the Magic win, but not by 7.5. If you look at all three meetings, as Jovan said, have all been closer inside that number. One by 6, and by 2. So I think the Magic win by 4 today. So take the Bulls plus the points in that one. Take the Hornets plus the points. I think OKC wins it, but not by 9. And take the Wizards on the money line. This Raptors team doesn't play a lick of defense, but either do the Wizards, and that's why that line is moving up. But it's totally skyrocketed. Open at 230. It's up to 232.5 in places. I would wait that and bet that just before game time. And Sean says, take the under. How much motivation are these teams going to be to get into a track meet here on a Sunday? 232 is a little much. So I like the under there. I like the Wizards outright. Raptors are still trying to tank. They don't want wins. They're definitely not looking for wins here.
We got the Pelicans and the Suns, the Knicks and the Bucks, and the Spurs and the Sixers. Rod, I'll come back to you.
And for me in this one, I'm going to lay it with the Sixers here versus Spurs. This is a big game. They need it. Embiid didn't play a full game. What he played 23 minutes, 24 minutes. In that game yesterday, cruised. I think the 76ers cruise versus the Spurs in almost a must-win game there. And you look the Jazz. You look at the Jazz 0-23 versus the Western Conference versus teams with winning records. So the Jazz tailed off on the road, awful. Give me the Warriors by 20 in that one today.
Jovan.
Yeah, the Sixers Spurs game is tough because both of these teams are, they're on a covering streak. But with that said, being that it's at 6, I'm gonna lean Spurs. They show some grit. They play some good teams and kept it within the number 5. Against the Nuggets. A couple other games where they kept it close. And I'm thinking second night of a back-to-back, even though it was a lightweight game for the Sixers. I think that they played with their food a little bit in this one, so I'd like to have a point in my pocket.
Sean.
Yeah, this is a tough group of games here. I like the Bucks to win, but I don't know what laying points with them right now. And Knicks obviously in a bounce back spot here off that loss in Chicago. The thing I don't like with New York right now is just they're just playing. Their just offense looks slow and just not enough scoring opportunities here. Very small margin for error for that team right now, especially considering they're not playing their best defensive basketball right now. So I like the Bucks to win that game. I just don't know about laying the points there. Like Jovan said, the Spurs right now every bit as hot as the Sixers from an ATS perspective. So I'd lean to grabbing the points there with the Sixers coming off that blowout win last night.
Ruffalo.
Yeah, I'm probably taking the Knicks here in the 4 points. Just anytime I see the Bucks laying any sort of decent number against a decent team, I want to go the other way. I mean, the Knicks, they got OG Anunoby back. Didn't come to fruition in their last game, taking the loss, but this Knicks team, more often than not, has been solid since Anunoby joined the fray. And the Bucks just keep finding ways to disappoint. And they're running out of steam down the stretch. They need the win, but I don't know if they're going to get it here. I mean, to me this should be maybe a 1.5 2 point line. So getting 4 with the Knicks sounds like a decent place for me to be. I'm going to take the Knicks in the 4 points.
Mitch,
Love the Knicks in this one. Like I said, I look a lot at the last recent form at this point of the year, and the Bucks can't hit shots from the perimeter. So they're going to have troubles covering against a team that can. And I think, as we said when they hired Doc Rivers, it was just a stupid hire, one that made no sense at the time, and it makes less sense now. And as we see them continue to go right down the toilet and probably headed for another early exit from the playoffs, probably going to be the Heat again that show them the door for one last time out. Massive money line payouts all the way.
Mitch, I said that this morning on the jam session too. I think if it's the Heat, I am on the fucking Heat in that first round series automatically.
And they wiped the floor with them last year, and I mean they just beat the dog shit out of them. And I don't see anything here that's changed except for a worse coach. And I think that
I'm not buying that one. I'm not letting the players.
Jovan's holding on to his ring from 2008, man. Over there,
I'm just saying, I'm not letting the players off the hook. It's on the players. You run that coach out of town. How many games did he coach?
Oh no. I'm with you. This is on Giannis' shoulder.
It's on Giannis.
It's on Giannis' shoulder. I still haven't heard enough crap about them losing as a 1 seed last year. Nobody.
You're not gonna
because when we lost to the We Believe Warriors, bro. Oh my God! Everybody act like the sky was falling, but they just letting Giannis act like that shit didn't happen, like it just didn't happen. But
but in this league, the cream rises to the top for the most part. And the players, the best players win. It's really what it is. These coaches, some of them, they can make a difference. But, for the most part, the players, are who they are. So in the case of Doc Rivers, the players that he had in Clipperland and in Philly land, they weren't up to snuff. Simple as that. You had Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, and those guys. They weren't getting it done. We all knew that. Same thing with the Kawhi and Paul George combination. They had a chance. Doc Rivers, got them to a 3-1 series lead. They couldn't close the deal. Same thing with the Philadelphia 76ers last year. They wasn't going to go anywhere. And B has never shown it. Big game, he goes small. That's it. And you already know what James Harden is. He loves the shook joints. He doesn't love the game. So it is what it is.
Yep.
I mean, who doesn't at this point, though?
Well, they said slow and have trouble. Sean said slow and have trouble scoring. I wasn't paying attention. I thought he was talking about you there for a second. It's like sums up.
Did you go here, Mitch?
I just bashed Doc Rivers and the entire Bucks. I didn't really get much further than that.
They never do.
I got stuck in a rut there. But actually, I think I like the Sixers here too. I think that Pop and the Spurs have an uncanny talent of being able to lose just when they need to. It's like they're in this race for that bottom three in the NBA draft, you know. And it's kind of like they're in this hotly contested battle. You have some, you know, this Raptors-Wizards game going on, and you know, some of these others. And you know, it's like they need to lose, and it's like they lose just at the right time. They have been playing better, and you know, I was super critical of them at the beginning of the season, the Spurs, because I thought they were overrated for where they were, but you could start to see the path now, you know, and Wemby needs help, you know, and then we'll find out what kind of player he really is. But right now, I think Joel Embiid just wants a piece of his ass. I'm going to take the Sixers in this one.
I got to fade all you guys taking the Sixers, man.
I'm also taking the Suns against the Pelicans.
This is a Spurs spot. Spurs have played the best basketball of the season right now. Just look at their last 5 games. I really like what I've seen from them. Need I remind you what happened earlier this year? Joel Embiid told Victor Wembanyama, welcome to the NBA, young rook. I'm finna work your team and your ass. Joel Embiid dropped 70 on the Spurs. Do y'all remember that? I do. You know who else remember that? The whole Spurs locker room and Victor Wembanyama. Yeah, when you called me earlier this season, my boy, I was fresh. I was fresh meat. I wasn't ready. Your ass been gone all season. I got something for you today, Joel. I got something for you today, Joel. It's a terrible spot for the Sixers as well. 5th road game, last 6 games on a back end of a back-to-back with travel. Spurs money line is the play. Spurs money line is the play. Victor Wembanyama coming to hoop today.
You're going to parlay that up with your Clippers pick?
He got something for Joel. He got something for him. You know what I mean? You got to play the spots in this situation. This game has been circled.
Are we just going no Diddy on that whole segment that Jay just had?
I'm on the Spurs. Give me San Antonio. I'm fading Milwaukee's ass too. They're terrible. That's a legit. The Knicks are playing just as bad, but that's a legitimate 50-50 game. You might as well attack the plus money there. The Spurs are not tanking. Spurs are not tanking. They've won 3 of their last 5. They're not tanking. They're already locked into where they're locked in at.
They're not locked in. They're a game ahead. They're a game in the 4th spot.
Pretty
much. They're tied for the 3rd spot, actually.
The thing is, there's no guy that's worth tanking, though. You know what I mean? There's no difference from 1 through 5 in the draft.
Maybe not to you, but maybe they see something out there. Maybe the next Scoot is available. Who knows, man? You never know.
The tanking era is almost gone because the guys coming into the league, they're just not as good as they kind of once were. Like the league, I don't think people realize how good the league is and how much the top end talent there is in the league. So
yeah, the Spurs are tied for the 3rd spot with the Hornets, who have a legitimate, you know, we're playing the Thunder today.
I guarantee you the Spurs could give 2 shits about that. And they coming out here tonight trying to smack the Sixers at home on a Sunday. Are y'all tripping? Man, do y'all be seeing when the Spurs win games how like they be on the mic talking to the crowd, be crying and shit? They do. This team cares, bro. They care. Watch what happens after this game tonight. They're gonna be on the mic crying in front of the fans like they going to the playoffs.
Sixers are on a roll, man. They're hot.
They are, but that's exactly why you got to fade them in this spot. 5th road game, last 6 games on a back end of a back-to-back with travel. Terrible spot. Terrible.
Let's say. I will go out on a limb and say that Embiid is not going to score 70 today. I'll just give you that.
That's
Maybe he'll score 62.
For Wemby, if you're going to get him, you got to get him today. That's my argument.
You're not getting Embiid. Get out of here. Wemby's not getting anything in this one. He'll get his points, but he's not going to slow down Embiid.
You ain't been watching Wemby. You saying that. You ain't been watching.
I'm watching it. I'm watching. Yeah, Embiid's ready to play.
He been balling.
The 76ers paid $100,000 for not reporting injuries properly. I think Embiid's been quite healthy the whole time. Shh, don't worry, it's okay.
All right. When you coming to play, man? This is a legacy game. I got something for you.
Hat bet. 76ers.
Let's
Okay.
do it. You gonna give me the 6.5?
Yeah, I'll give you the 6.5.
Let's do it. I too had bets today on the show.
Yeah, we paying that Canadian shipping on that shit too.
And I like
said
it.
Rod and Chris jackets, man. It's like cost me like a mortgage payment.
You look at the price of the hat and you're like, ooh, that's reasonable. And you click to order it, and then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, what the heck is that price? And you look shipping, and you're like, Jesus.
I hate
duties. I mean,
Suns are
that was the price of a flight.
I mean, let's just call it what it is though. For Jay and the US dollar, it'll still be like $8. Maybe 9.
I feel like you take the Suns. The Pelicans, they've been a sharp falling knife. When they're healthy, they're one of the best teams in the league. When they're not, they're the Pelicans. And they're not, so they're the Pelicans. Take the Suns there. I hate it. But it's the play. Last 3 games, fellas. Last 3. Let's get on up out of here. Got the Nets and the Kings. How in the hell did the Nets come back and cover yesterday? How? And you got the Jazz and the Warriors and the Timberwolves and the Lake Show. Mitch.
Well, we all know I'm on the Lakers. Talked about it yesterday. I'll talk about it again today. Lakers just have guys that show up for the big games, and the Timberwolves have a franchise that never shows up for the big games. I also like the Nets plus the points against the Kings. Kings are favored. That means I take the Nets. And the Jazz on the road are ass. I'm taking the Warriors. Keeping it short and sweet.
Roof.
Yeah, no Steph for the Warriors, but no matter to me. I'm still taking the Warriors here. All the big guys for Utah. Don, I mean, Laurie's, I think, pretty much shut down for the season. Walker Kessler, Jordan Clarkson, John Collins, all out. And I looked into it. We are up to 79% of the Jazz losses on the road have been by double digits.
That is insane, bro.
23 of 29 games, 23 of 29 losses for the Jazz have been by double digits on the road.
That is insane.
Even with no Curry, this is a game where the Warriors should sleepwalk their way to a 15-point win. Give me the Warriors laying the points. That's my lone pick for that one.
These guys have played 29 games on the road, and 23 of them they've been
79%. And maybe I'm just trying to say it that way to kind of accentuate it, but it's just that's not saying they've lost 80% of their games on the road this season. They've lost 80% of their games this season on the road by double digits. Oh my fucking God. And the thing is, when I say double digits, we're not there's only been a couple of those where it's been close to.
It's been like single double digits, like,
like
22,
we're
25.
We're talking normally like 14, 15 points at least for the majority of those.
They so ass.
But they did this last year. They started out well. They played well at home, and they just fell apart at the end of the season. This is it just got even worse this season. That's all.
Yeah. Sean, what you liking here, my man?
Yeah, kind of the same. I'm on the same thing here. I like the Warriors, but I'd consider parlaying it with the under here, actually, in this game. Jazz coming off 3 straight over results. They're horrible defensively, but they do catch a break with Steph being out for the Warriors here. Golden State had that big blowout win in Houston earlier in the week, but they're generally not really running away from teams here. So I think this one stays under the total, and I think they win it by double digits. So consider those two.
Joe Vaughn.
I'm on Brooklyn. I just can't lay points with the Kings on the road. When they're hitting their shots, they're hitting them. When they're not, it gets ugly for them. And even though Brooklyn played yesterday, I expect them to, I expect this to be an up and down game, kind of frenetic.
Blown out yesterday, and they came back. I don't even know how.
Hey, Cam Thomas, I expect this to be an up and down game, and the way I don't know, the Kings are just one of those teams, man.
They are.
It's one of those teams where it's like
They definitely are.
you know what I'm talking about, man.
Yeah.
It's like, but I'm fading them in this spot, man. Watch them blow these boys out. But hey, I'm on the Nets regardless. But and I'm on the Warriors. You just gotta fade the Jazz. I don't care if Steph Curry's out, for rest or whatever. Hey, Klay Thompson can shoot 100 shots. Make some. They should be able to put the smash on the Jazz. Yeah, and that's about it.
Zwacky.
Yeah, I agree. We gotta take the Warriors in the spot. See, even the Warriors are that confident they don't need. We can rest Curry in this spot. We can still win by 20, and he'll be rested for the next game. So take the Warriors, lay the points, and then agree take the Nets plus the points. Not laying it with Sacramento on the road, and then battle tonight in prime time. Of course, you got to take the Lakers. Fix this thing. Take the Lakers.
I like the Lake Show Lakers in that late one tonight too. The T-Wolves. I bigged them up the other night, man. I was on the house of disappointment. I was excited. I said they should be favored, and then the Suns smashed their ass, smashed them. I ain't making that mistake again. I'm on the Lakers at home. Lakers have been balling really the last month. The Lakers starting to look like the team that was in the Western Conference Finals last year, low key, lowest to low key. We'll see if they can go on a run. Of course, it's Warriors there as well. 80% of your games you get blown out by double digits. I don't care if Curry don't play. The Warriors still can do it to you. And honestly, guys, I never bet the Nets. I fade the Nets every day. I'm fading them again. I hate laying points with the Kings. Me and Mitch tell you guys almost Monday through Friday every day, laying points with the Kings, you're going to get your money too. Kings as a dog, money. Kings as a favorite, terrible. But the Nets, bro, like I said, I could have sworn they were down 20 to the Pistons yesterday. What happened? I was at the game, so I didn't see what happened. I checked my phone though. I said the fucking Nets covered. What the hell? Barely covered too, but it happens.
Guardians Twins has been canceled. So
no.
Yep.
That was my play of the day.
Well, you got time to make something else your play of the day. Everyone will get issued refunds on those.
Tristan McKenzie was finna kick the crap out of the
Over.
Damn. All right. So I got another play in there for y'all. I'm finna switch it here in a second if you got my baseball today. Speaking of baseball today and what we're selling, Mitch, what are you selling today, my man?
I got MLB 3-pack. I got my MLB top play. I got an NBA 3-pack, and I got a few other bonus plays in there for long-term subscribers. In my videos every day, you hear me say, if you're a large bettor, if you make big bets, like I do, if you have a big bankroll, to text the number that you see on the screen. Like I say in the videos, and like I just said just now, that means if you're a big bettor. That doesn't mean if you're a $20 parlay bettor. It means if you're a big bettor. So it's like the idea is that we have something for everyone. We have free picks here on YouTube. We have free picks on the website. We've got premium picks at the website, and then we have like the high end packages. So those packages that you text for aren't for everyone. It doesn't mean we're trying to exclude you. It just, we could try and, if we wanted to, if we were maybe some of these other sites, we could try and sell you a package like that if you're a $20 parlay bettor. But it's like, we're not going to. It's not what we do. We don't, we try and get everybody in the right place. So if you're a $20 parlay bettor or $50 parlay bettor, even $100 a game bettor, those packages are not for you. You're better off with the stuff on the website and here on YouTube. So just trying to make that as clear as possible. I've said it a million times, and Eric Path even says the numbers. It's usually for dime bettors or larger. So, anyways, pass that on, and
there you go. Float. What you selling today, my man?
Got a couple things on the board. I just had to switch out a play, but the Still have the 5-pack up for Major League Baseball today. That includes my pick-off play for Major League Baseball. That's $19. Got NBA play of the day, NHL power play, and hoops and hockey 3-pack. So tons of options on the board. Still number one on the Major League Baseball leaderboards. Just hoping to keep it rolling today and finish the week strong. So definitely jump on that and hop on a long-term pass. Pair any of us up.
There you go, Sean Murphy. Selling today.
Yeah, I got a couple 10-star plays, one in the NBA, one in baseball, 2 other plays as well, so 4 plays in total. Yeah, just a reminder, it's kind of a tricky week coming up. It's the last week of NBA regular season. We've got hockey regular season winding down, so it's a really good time to get on board with a long-term pass with all these sports rolling into the postseason plus baseball picking up. So great time to hop on board.
Joe Vaughn, what you selling?
Yeah, I got a NBA 5-pack. Really like today's card. Also got I'll have to switch it out. Well, I'm about to do that right now, but it'll end up being a MLB slash NBA 5-pack. Also, just put in one NBA play, one of the early games, and with the baseball. So it'll be 4 baseball, 1 NBA coming momentarily. Then I got some single plays off for sale.
There you go. Hop on with Joe Vaughn, Big Dogs Premium Zawacki.
And over at Pick Dogs Premium today, I've got my NBA drop a dime play, top rated play in the NBA. I also have my Sunday NHL triple, 3 plays I love on the ice, crushed the ice yesterday, 3-1. And then I also got my 10-star play of the day, and that thing's been absolutely fire. Just like printing an ATM. 14-2, the last 16 on it, going for our 5th straight there. So head on over, scoop it up, grab that 10-star play of the day. It's been money.
How do you print an ATM?
3D printing.
3D printing.
A 3D printer. I will print the ATM.
Print the ATM, and then it'll print you the money.
Who needs the money when you just...
Yeah, there you go.
You print the ATM. Exactly.
I shall print the ATM.
For sale today, fellas, I got my NBA play of the day. The week of hell ended yesterday. We smacked our NBA play of the day. We got the Denver Chicken Nuggets. Went 3-1 on the jam session in the NBA. So looking at a really good day today. I have 3 plays in a money-making 3-pack you can scoop up, or you can scoop up the NBA play of the day. And I had 2 baseball in there. One was the Guardians. We was finna smack their ass with that Guardians. But I'll flip it, and I'll have another Major League Baseball play of the day in there for you guys here momentarily. Scoop that up. Also, really, 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 really like Iowa today, money line. We don't do women's, premiums or anything like that. So, but one of my biggest bets today is going to be Iowa money line. It has to be done. It has to be done. You know what else has to be done? All 6 of us put together a parlay. Mitch, put it together, man. Let's make some money on this money-making Sunday.
Cleveland Cavaliers money line. I like the Portland Trailblazers plus the points, and the Charlotte Hornets plus the points.
Ew. Rufalo.
Why stop at 1 when I can give you 2?
Turn me up.
MLB, we'll go with the Reds, go the Cubs, Cardinals, and the Red Sox 4-teamer. And I'll go NBA player prop parlay. I'll take Jalen Brunson to score 35 plus, Luka Doncic to score 35 plus, and Klay Thompson to score 30 plus 3,500.
Sean Murphy.
I'll go 3 MLB short earth. One's not a short favorite, I guess. I'll go Brewers, I'll go Giants, and Rangers 3-teamer. That'll cover you all day and night long.
There you go. Jovan.
Let's see. Bulls. Spurs. Nets.
Zawacki.
And for me, we're going to go with take the Wizards, the 76ers, and the Texas Rangers 3-teamer.
Y'all know me, man. I like play some parlays that make me feel uncomfortable. that usually means you're in the right spot.
Or they have to go to the bathroom. One or the other.
Hey, don't judge me, okay? But it has to be done. We're gonna lay the points with the Raptors. I know.
Oh, no.
I know. We're starting off ugly. We're gonna lay the points with the Suns.
Shit.
We're gonna lay the points with the Suns. I know. It got even uglier. And then it gets disgusting. Because we're gonna add the Los Angeles Clippers.
Oh, come on.
No.
3-teamer, man.
In what
teams.
world
I hate
are the
betting.
Clippers unacceptable?
3 teams I hate betting, man. I know, but I gotta rock with them. Raptors, Clippers, Suns. 3-teamer. That's the show, fellas. Money making Sunday. Ruffalo had a wraparound up here shortly. Rod Zawacki covered every single game already in the NHL. I ain't gonna lie, I do got a little flyer play for y'all in the NHL though. Y'all know where I'm at. I'm laying the puck line with my boys. Fuck the Sharks. Respectfully, give me the Coyotes. I'm gonna lay it. Roof, Zawacki, any little hockey flyers before we get out of here? And they gonna disrespect the Stars and have us plus money line against the Avs. Stop it. Give me the Stars.
Well, yeah, you're in the second half of a back-to-back.
I know.
I know you say Dottinger for this game, and he didn't even give a hoot about yesterday's game because you could tell he put in Wedgwood and he got wedged, and it wasn't even pretty. That you were definitely looking forward to this spot, but the Avs just got whooped by the Oilers, and they're ready for you. I just think it's a bad spot for you guys today. I would definitely lean the Avs on that one. And guess who's making his return? Maybe I'm still waiting for the confirmation, but it looks like Malcolm Subban might get a start for the Columbus Blue Jackets today. You got called back up for the AHL. Yes, he's still playing hockey. Surprisingly, so Malcolm Subban may get the start today for Columbus. If he does, I'm going to go big. Carolina easily whoops up Malcolm Subban. I thought I would never see that guy starting an NHL goal again.
Anything for you, Ruffalo?
I'll say this: the thing about the Dallas Stars, they had their chance to create some distance at the top of the Central Division yesterday. They had a game in hand over over Colorado. They had a game against Chicago, and they blew it. Now you go on a back-to-back into arguably the toughest home ice environment in the NHL in Colorado.
That's what we do. We make shit tough. All that we just do. We're gonna kick the crap out of them. Kick the living.
Yeah, Dallas got into Colorado late. Apparently, there's a medical thing. They were having the Heimlich performed on him the whole night, just because how bad they choked.
Give me the Stars.
And about the Coyotes game. Give me the Sharks. It is a terrible. That is a terrible game, and the fact that we're going head to head on it, you want to talk about a thing that makes you uncomfortable. It is that. As uncomfortable as a minus 520 favorite in Carolina over Columbus. So
Coyotes finna air them out. Let's do it.
Subban is starting. See, minus 525.
It was. I thought it was better on minus 400 and minus 520. Oh boy.
Subban is in the building.
Biggest money line of the year.
So far, yeah, I would say. I would say. I don't think it was.
It's now at that price that scares me. That can scare me onto Columbus. It's like even for a couple of bucks. It's just even with Malcolm Subban, it's like how many minus 500s have fallen in the NHL. But
fair enough. That's the show. Any last words from anybody else before we get out of here?
Be on the lookout for our MMA fighter, Lucas Rosa, making his debut in the near future. It's set on a card in Orlando. We'll be following right along with them. I'm excited. It's our first foray into sponsoring a fighter. So
on the shorts?
What's that?
Are we going to be on the shorts?
Yeah, we're going to be on the shorts and the banner.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, we signed a multi-fight deal with them. So
Mitch is in negotiations. He's just like, I just don't want to be on the ass.
No, it's what we have is a multi-fight deal. So what we want him to do is win.
Fair enough.
Well, he's 17 amateur wins, so he's badass. So I like the chances. He's from Jovan's neck of the woods. So
All righty. Well, that's all we got for y'all boys and girls today. We'll be back with the regular morning show tomorrow, 9:30 or 10:30. Me, Mitch, Roof, and Costi, K. Diddy. He'll be back in the flesh. We'll see y'all then, man. Money making Sunday. Our best bets at Pick Dogs Premium. Until we meet again. Special plays, special teams, special players.
Warner Brothers.